Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for more than 3 years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we're shipping out today on Friday. Kind of a slowdown, I guess, finally, not in a good way, but slowdowns do eventually happen. We were on a good streak, so this is still pretty good. So we're just going to jump right into it. So the first thing right here is going to be this Downtown board game. I don't know too much about this. When I see these, like this one looks to be like some kind of card game, competitive card game where you're trading with these different like spy cards and stuff, and there's like money you're working towards. That's probably the goal. But anytime I see like these weird board games, I know different people collect different types of board games, and it's not just always the popular ones, especially when I can get these for cheap. This is also has English and German as well. I think it's actually German first and has English rule set in there. This ended up going to a repeat buyer for $22.68 plus shipping. Everything's gonna be plus shipping. All right. Next up is going to be Avalon Hill. This is going to be the Gettysburg Civil War board game. I've sold it a ton of times before. It's like this big kind of like flat box. The box usually gets mushed. So if I find like a good condition box or map or bits and pieces, people will pick them up because it gets damaged over the years. I think it was in the 90s. This game, it says 1988. So like end of the 80s. But yeah, these are going to be the Union order of appearance and the Confederate order of appearance, and then like a little map insert in one of the rule sheets. So just parts to this game sold to a different repeat buyer for $8.39. All right, next up is going to be a lot of 10 of these wooden meeples. These are going to be for Werewolf. Werewolf is going to be a social deduction game. I don't think it can be trademarked by anyone, so there's going to be a bunch of different brands that make this game. But the base premise is there's going to be a couple of people playing werewolves. You sit around a table, just like with chairs, basically. And then there's going to be a moderator. They're kind of like the one that goes through the rules. They tell people to close their eyes because you go through like a village, a day and a night cycle. There's going to be a bunch of villagers. There's also a seer who gets to see people's like cards. Normally you hand out cards for people's roles that they're playing. This is going to be wooden meeples. So these are probably going to be put in a bag. Someone's going to pick it up and they're going to see what they are. So there's villagers here. There's some werewolves and there's the seer. People like these like wooden meeples where they have like the art on the front. Board game pieces kind of go through phases where sometimes these wooden meeples are popular, then people like standees, and people like miniatures, and it kind of goes through like these different cycles for whoever's designing board games at the time. This ended up going for $9.07, also to a repeat buyer. So our repeat buyers are saving the slower days. And this next one, all right, that's crazy. All right, moving along, we have these, like I said, repeat buyer. These are Void Berserkers. It's like these two sci-fi females with these big two-handed swords. Void is going to be some kind of, I've sold like the books before. I think it's like a sci-fi tactical miniature games. I have gotten a couple of the figures. So these two Berserkers end up going for $14.39. All right. Moving along, we got some Star Wars Legion. These are Stormtroopers units. Star Wars Legion is going to be a Star Wars miniature game. I don't know if it's around anymore. I don't think so. Or maybe some other like fan company purchased the rights or something like that to be able to. I mean, people can still play the game at this point. But yeah, the only issue with these is they had a bad prime job. So when someone spray painted them, they must have used some kind of like sticky paint or the wrong type of paint. It's not going to be a big deal. Someone can either fix that or just paint over it. And then also like they're detached from the base, so you just need some like super glue or something, or some plastic glue or hot glue, and then just fix them. So people can fix this. So yeah, end up going for $12 for these. People like that particular Star Wars Legion game. I don't get like crazy money for it, but when I see them cheap enough, I'll grab them. All right, next up is going to be another plushie. The plushies have been out of control for us in a good way. I'm not a big fan of like listing and selling them these days. We did a lot more of these in the beginning. They were super cheap to find. We got most of ours for like a quarter or less. It's some kind of like really fuzzy, furry bunny right here. It's like pinks and purples and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a chunky one. This ended up going for $12.79. I guess plushies are just popular right now. Plushies are another thing that kind of go in and out of popularity. So we've been selling a good amount, and then out of nowhere, we'll stop selling them for a bit. And then once again, later on, they'll start selling again. I guess maybe gifts coming up soon. That would be my guess. But you never know what people are grabbing stuff for. All right. It is interesting to watch categories and items go through phases. Like we've been doing this enough where I started noticing sometimes things just become a trend and then not. All right. Moving along, we have the versus system. This is the 2-player Utopia battles. I have a ton of these. I already relisted one when I was at the storage unit. And then this is like 2-player starter deck. The versus system is just like a Marvel, DC. They also have some like older vintage wrestling ones. They have a bunch of different categories, or what do I want to say, like themes, but most of them are just going to be Marvel. But yeah, the Marvel ones were popular, so it's just a card game where you duel each other. And then this is going to be a Utopia. Sorry, the same set, or it has like the same coloring. It's called Resistance right here. So just like a one-person deck. I think this is two-person deck with some extra cards. I haven't played this card game before. This I had like 60 of this particular package at one point. This is my last one, so it's sad that I don't get to relist this one. But I've had this selling for like 3 or 4 years. So yeah, it only took up like a small space in the storage unit. I had one of those like white long boxes where people normally keep cards, and then one row or like 2 rows was these. And as they were selling, I was filling it up with other listings. So last one, combo order $28, but I still have a bunch of the 2-player starter set, which is probably more important than the individual deck. All right. Last item for the day. This has a little story to it. This is going to, I missed something. I don't know how I missed it. Sorry, not the last item. We'll go backwards. Gregorian Chants Music CD Volume 1 and 2. This is a super old listing. This is when I was taking pictures with our dollar store backdrop and like a white table, just really basic stuff. Like we used that for a long time. That dollar store like backdrop, the white one, probably lasted us for a couple thousand listings, and definitely worth its weight. But yeah, 2 CDs. These ones were not a part of the $75 CD collection. These must have been from, I think it was a storage unit flipper. We also got a bunch of CDs, not as much as when we filled up the car. But yeah, it was like, here, I skipped it. It was like $6 and some change. I don't know why I can't find it right now. Oh, there you go, $6.53. So nothing too crazy there. Last item. This is going to be Mounted Squire's Conquest card. Conquest is going to be a miniature game. I think they were trying to, I saw it like at Gen Con or something in 2021 or 2022, the last time I went. I remember them like selling stuff. I believe that's what this is. I know Conquest is kind of like a generic name, so maybe there's multiple things that have that. I'm thinking incorrectly, but yeah, I think this miniature card is going to be, you have a little scanner here, and I think it gives you the stats for like your figure in miniature, which allows more art on the card if you get to use a QR code for the stats. This was also interesting because I had a 22 of these cards, and I had a lot, just all of them together. I was just going to sell them as a lot, and someone messaged to get just this individual card. And normally I don't like to take apart my bulk or lot listings unless if it's worth the time and money and the time for another to pack and ship it. They wanted this card for like $2, and my whole lot of like 22 cards was like $10. I was like, oh, I can do that. So I had to retake pictures and everything. So that's what I did at the storage unit. And then I sent them the link with the individual one, and they purchased it. So sometimes people will ask me to break up lots. They give me a price. I do all the work. Crickets. So it can happen. So it's always a gamble if I'll do that or not. I always have to like keep that in mind, taking apart listings and stuff, for you never know. Like someone can change their mind. They're allowed to, you know. All right. That's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help support us, take a look at our links down below. Have a good weekend.